Welcome back, everybody. We're live after a little hiccup, but here we are. It is Wednesday, and of course, Wednesday is your official day for BoobTube, and it's not BoobTube without my wonderful co-host Casey Carter and Desiree, Desirable Bottom. Hey, ladies.
Hey, hey.
Hi, hi, hi.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Yeah. Ah,
Shit, shit
Yeah, we're only
things
human.
things happen. We don't want to
Mhm.
curse in the first 2 minutes.
no, sorry. Anywho,
Yeah, we don't need no more. We don't need no more issues.
anywho.
Woo, Lord. So, ladies, we've been gone for a minute. Or did you guys go live last week?
No.
No.
Yeah, I stepped out to go take care of a couple of things, and the world was on fire. So I was not getting home in anytime soon. So I was just like, look, I give up. Like I wasn't even gonna try. So my
Mm.
apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
You just have one of those days where it's like there's traffic everywhere. You go in the store, there's a long line, or you end up at a counter with somebody who's just
Indecisive.
slow.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
whew, it's been
Anywho.
crazy.
Anywho.
But we're happy to be here with you guys. I don't know about y'all, but I miss our BoobTube family, especially you, Jason. Especially you, Jason.
Jason, who
We
misses.
miss our BoobTube family.
Yes.
Oh, I had an idea maybe for our anniversary show.
Okay. Did
Ooh, it is
Did you
next
hear about
month.
it?
no?
I was like, maybe we could do like a wrap up of all the years or something, like boob tube wrap up or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So April was our month, right?
Yeah,
April
next
is
month.
yeah.
All right.
So
So
we should do it at the end of the month because,
yeah, Exotica's
Chicago Exotica is like smack in the middle.
yeah. So
Yeah.
agreed. So that becomes April 29th. I'm gonna actually highlight that as
Actually, no.
no.
What day are we doing the Chicago wrap up?
It depends. We come back the first Wednesday we come back is the 15th. The next the next Wednesday is the 22nd. And then the 29th is the last Wednesday of the month.
Okay, so let's do the 22nd will be our Chicago wrap up. And
Okay.
then the 29th will be our 6-year anniversary celebration.
So that's where we
Whoop, whoop. There you go.
I like that. I like that. So, all of you watching, whether you're watching live or the replay, make sure you join us on the 22nd of April to hear about our experience at Chicago Exotica. And on the 29th, you can come and celebrate 6 years of BoobTube. And I think, no, I don't think, I know that we are going to have some pretty dope prizes. In fact, tonight, we're going to give away some prizes. So buckle up, buttercups. Buckle up, boob tubers. let's have some fun tonight. So let's jump right into some things that we've been watching, shall we?
Okay.
I have been watching some extremely good stuff on the boob tube, surprisingly, because
Ooh.
I don't know, for those of you, if this is your first time watching, or for those that have been watching, I have been sharing how it's been difficult to find good things to watch on TV. I've been struggling to find, those things that not only catch my attention, but can keep it. And so the first thing I'm going to share, which wasn't going to be my first thing originally, but I watched it just a little while ago and I was very surprised.
Mhm.
And it was The Man in the White Van.
Mm.
It is on Amazon Prime, I
Okay.
believe. And I was like, okay, I'm in the middle of a project. I just want something to be like, as we talk about the background noise. So I was like, let me put this on. I literally put my phone down, stopped the project, and watched the movie from beginning to end. It was very good. So The Man in the White Van is about true events that took place in the mid 70s in Florida, Brooksville, Florida, which is south, like kind of around the Tampa area.
Okay.
And the name of the serial killer was Billy Mansfield, a real this so like I said, this is based on true events, but this is the dramatized version. So it's not like a docu-series. It's literally just a movie dramatizing based on actual events. And it's about this wealthy family that live on a plantation style property. And the 70s, things are safe. People lock their doors, but they nothing really bad has ever happened. And so there's this, couple, what's his name? Sean Astin plays the dad, and the wife from Landman is the wife, which I was like, "Oh, here we go. She's in another thing. Cool." They have 2 daughters and a son. The son is like maybe 8 or 9, and then they have 2 teenage daughters. And the middle daughter is being followed by a man in the white van. But because she's cried wolf or over dramatized situations to kind of gather attention because she's the middle child. You know how middle children kind of get sandwiched when it comes to attention because they're not the oldest and they're not the baby. So when she starts telling her parents that this man is at her school in a van and coming to the barn where her horse is, and outside of the house on the road in this white van, the family is like, "You're grounded. Go to your room. Stop lying." They're basically punishing her because they think that she's lying. And they're trying to teach her not to fib and tell stories because, it's just not ladylike because, they're in Southern Florida. So, they're debutante. That like debutante, being a lady type thing. So it is so good though, because the girl is like continuously, "I'm seeing this man in the van. I'm seeing this man in the van." And he is like getting closer and becoming more obvious. And then he finally is like it gets good. He has her in his possession.
What's the name of the guy?
And
I'm sorry.
Billy Mansfield.
Billy Mansfield. Okay. I'm sorry because I pulled up my serial killer book. I'm trying to see if he's in here. Was he a serial killer or just?
Yes, he killed, according to the movie, he killed 6 girls. And the girl that was, the main character of the movie, he did not successfully kill her, according to the movie. And so, but it just shows like the whole thing is very suspenseful. It was very well filmed because we are film critics up in here.
For sure.
Sometimes people have good stories and they screw them up because they put the wrong actors in there, or they don't write it properly, or they don't direct it properly. This one, I feel like correct actors, great directing, and really good writing to emphasize. I'm sure a lot of it is over dramatized, but also not over dramatized because I mean, come on. If a dude that has made it very clear he intends to kill you has you in his grips, I can't imagine there is any type of acting to clearly portray how you would feel in that moment. So, The Man in the White Van, good movie. Did we find Billy Mansfield in there?
I am desperately trying because they don't really do the best job of listing. I wish they had listed them alphabetically.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I was hoping I'd
the
find it so I could go look.
I
But
know. Well, while you do that, it says it's loosely based on true crimes of Florida serial killer Billy Mansfield Jr. during the mid 1970s. The film follows a teenage girl, Annie, who is stalked by a man in a white van, inspired by firsthand accounts of survivors in the Brooksville, Florida area. The killer, Billy Mansfield Jr., was arrested in 1981 and convicted of murdering multiple women, with bodies found buried in his property in Spring Hill, Florida. And the context, the film takes place in 1975, the year I was born. Yeehaw. capturing the fear surrounding these real life underreported disappearances and mentioned in this article from Flamingo magazine. Now, what I found to be interesting is like we live in a time where we have so much technology that it was interesting watching like so the when the girl gets snatched by the guy, she's with her friend and the friend has to go home and the friend goes home and she's like they suspect I missed the part where they either suspected the man in the white van like they saw him, and so she's trying to call the sister who's at home who's on the phone and there's no call waiting yet because it's 1975, and she's on the phone. No, you hang up. Oh, no,
Oh,
you
I
haven't hung up yet.
didn't know
And meanwhile the sister's in the front yard of this huge property being mangled and choked nearly to death. She's tied up. She gets out of the van, like, give it to her. She's a fighter. She gets to the front door. The sister can't hear her because she's playing a record on the record player. Again, nostalgia. She's gabbing on the phone. No, you hang up. And the record's playing so loud that she can't hear the sister at the door
wow.
screaming for her. And then eventually she hangs up with the boyfriend. The record player gets to the middle part, and so it's not playing music anymore, and she hears the sister and she goes down there, and now they're both being chased by Mr. Billy Mansfield. So yeah, it's like going back in time and you're seeing like now you're like, "Oh my god, all you got to do is hit your thing on your phone 5
Right.
times and 911 is coming to you," or you can do stuff with your watch, your Apple Watch. Everything has some sort of tracking device on it.
Nowadays, sure does.
Crazy.
Your keys, your phone. My
Yeah.
pocketbook has a tracker in it. So if you steal that motherfucker, I'm going to know. And it's
It's
so
like
well
check
hidden inside my pocketbook by the time you find it, I'm already knocking on your door. Well, maybe not me, but
Some of
yeah.
us.
So 1975, y'all. A bad time to be chased by a serial killer. But that was a good movie that I saw today and was just taken back because again, I was just scrolling and was like, eh, that sounds interesting. We are I love true crime, and this was a serial killer I had never heard of. And living in Florida, I don't ever remember hearing about these stories, so it was like, "Oh, okay, let's check it out." And much to my surprise,
All right.
I
So
definitely give it a 4 out of 5 stars. So,
let
Case,
me
what
say,
about you?
yeah, I was gonna say, let me say this. It's possible that this particular serial killer was at the exhibit but didn't make the book because there's quite a few that like they had hundreds and hundreds of serial killers at the exhibit, and they not all of them made the book. Obviously, not all of them made the book. Um, I was just hoping I'd be able to find this one in here while we were talking about it. But okay, so I had watched something called The Gorge. It was on um, it was on Apple TV. And here's what's interesting. And I'm sorry, I had like sticky notes all over my desk with stuff I had watched so that I could remember. So here's what was interesting about The Gorge. I didn't want to watch it initially. I had been seeing it on Apple TV for like forever. Um, and I just was ignoring it because I didn't like the way it looked. Like, you know how you see the thumbnail and you're like, that doesn't look that interesting to me or whatever. And every promo I saw for it did not carry my interest in any shape or form. And then just randomly, I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what's going on. And let me say this, if you, like I, just sort of slid on past The Gorge on Apple TV, I highly recommend you watch it
The
because
Gorge?
The Gorge,
Okay.
Gorge. So it starts
orgy.
off with you thinking, because it starts off with this lone sniper in this cabin, and there's a shift change, right? One sniper leaves, the other sniper comes in. You know, the one coming in gets his instructions, what to do, what not to do, yada yada yada. And then the one who's being who's coming off duty gets on the helicopter that's going to take him back to wherever he needs to go to, and the new guy settles in. So you see the new guy settling in, you see the old guy on the helicopter, and I forget what they say to him, but as they're asking him questions and talking to him, I instinctively was like, oh snap, something's about to go down. And lo and behold, they kick dude out of the helicopter. So that's your first indication, okay, something's not right. Then the movie continues on, and you discover that he's in a cabin, and across the way from him, somebody else is in a cabin. Now, you had already
Mm.
seen this person, it was a female, and you see her very very early in the movie shoot at someone, and you can tell right off the bat that she is an excellent sniper. Like whatever the highest level of sniper you can be, that's who she is.
Damn.
So they in that moment where you see these two, her English isn't like her first language, so now you're thinking, okay, I wonder if like that's Russia and this is America, and their job is to just sort of watch each other, right? Because that's kind of the vibe you get. Like they're not supposed to talk to each other, they're not supposed to communicate in any form or fashion, but they do start communicating. And so for a minute you kind of go, okay, ooh, they're gonna get in trouble for talking to one another. Ooh, that's not right. Then it finally happens. There's a moment where a creature is climbing the cliff that leads up to the cabins, and they pull out these big ass guns, and all you see is this rapid fire across the gorge. Now you know what the
Oh
gorge is.
shit.
Mm.
So,
Um, can I be honest real quick?
uh-huh.
When you said gorge, I was thinking of like, when um a woman is breastfeeding.
Engorged. Yeah, no. I got you.
Okay, go ahead. I apologize.
No, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. So, but
Me and my
anyway,
sick thoughts.
anyway, point is that's the moment you realize these two people up here in the cabin aren't fighting against each other. They're fighting this creature that basically comes out and climbs literally scales the cliff, headed up to the cabins. Um, and at first I'm thinking, fucking zombies. Oh my God, how am I watching a zombie movie? Then you later find out they're not zombies. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened to them, but they're not zombies, but they look like zombies. And the that's all I'm gonna tell you, because I'm good for a spoiler, and I don't want to spoil it. But
You've been doing so good lately.
yeah, no, I don't want to spoil it. But
The spoiler queen.
I'm telling you that much, because that's what happens in like the first 30 minutes of the movie. And so if you haven't watched The Gorge, I highly recommend it. It is not as corny as it seems. It is much more exciting. And like once there was that moment where that first encounter happened, where the thing scales the cliff, and the gunfire. Oh my God, I am not gonna lie. I was all in. I was like, oh, that is some fierce, fierce shit, because the level of ammunition, the level of armory that these people had, and they were understand, these individual one person per cabin, and the amount of firepower they had, they were in and of themselves an actual army. Like the weaponry was insane. And yeah, The Gorge, Apple TV. Check it out. Worth the time and effort.
What
Okay.
about you, Desiree?
So I'm going to talk about The Strangers Chapter 3.
Ooh, I
So if you
saw that
haven't,
when I was scrolling.
yeah, if you haven't seen 1 and 2, make sure to catch up. See the first one and the second one first. But I'll tell you a little bit about this one. You can see it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango, wherever you want. It's online. But so it's the third installment in the movies. There's this girl named Maya, and she's still alive. I'm gonna spoil it right now. Sorry, everybody who thought she was dead. She ain't dead. But she's kind of like the I don't even know what you would call her in the movie. She's just like she's the one that you think's gonna die, but she doesn't die. So, anyways, there's these masked people. There's like a scarecrow, a doll face, and a pinup girl, and they all wear masks and they go around killing people in this town. So, but they don't kill. Apparently, they don't kill the local people, but they kill the people who come in, like people from who are not from the town. Okay, so it's kind of like this weird. They go to whatever cabin they rent. It's kind of like an Airbnb kind of thing. They go there, and then these people just like come out, and they do it like in a weird way. They like attack them, and they'll knock and be like, "Is Anastasia there? Is Anastasia there?" And it's like a little kid, right? So of course you're gonna like open the door, because who wouldn't open the door for like a little kid, right? So, so you're opening the door, but then nobody's there. And it's like all this crazy stuff happens, right? It's like a bait thing. Like they're trying to bait them into, this and that. So, it's like crazy stuff that happens. There's like a flashback. Anyways, like in this movie, she ends up like kind of like falling in love with the killer who's like after her. It's like kind of twisted like that. And
What is that called?
Munchausen by proxy.
Munchausen, yeah, by proxy syndrome. But go ahead. Sorry,
okay.
Desiree.
No, it's okay, because I didn't even know that was a thing.
Playing
to be
from
honest,
Casey's Pretty
yeah,
Purple Pony.
yeah.
Don't play.
So, yeah, she ends up kind of like being fixated with this guy, and then but it's because she realizes, like, going through all this stuff, she loses all these people that are close to her sister, the boyfriend, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, but it's like they both lose people, because he's lost people too. Like he's lost people who he grew up with. It was like a story. It paints the whole story. And if you don't watch the first and second one, you won't get it. So make sure to watch the first and second one. I would highly recommend all three shows, because you won't get it. But yeah, it kind of, the ending was like really, like I was like, no freaking way, like this is good. So check it out.
Okay.
So to talk about The Strangers a little bit more, to give it a little bit more context. So
Okay.
the first two films is basically, you don't really know, they don't really give you like a storyline or a backstory. It's kind of like you're in the Airbnb, and then all of a sudden, knock, 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 these weird people with masks knock on the door. They surrounded the house. They come inside. They hold you and your family hostage. And then they end up, taking people's lives. And they just do crazy, like weird things. It's almost like, I forget the name of the movie, but there's like a B-rated, I think it was called VHS or something in it. But the only difference with VHS is like VHS, they filmed it. So that's kind of the context with The Strangers, is like you just randomly have these people knock on your door. And at first I thought they were friendly. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen the movies, but then you find out that they are coming with one thing in mind, one intention, and and it's almost like they want it, like they thrive on the fear, and so they look to see like how you're going to try to get away, and like they're fascinated by the survival mode, you know what I mean? So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch the third installment where they give some backstory and also incorporate this Munchausen by proxy thing, where Yeah. Whew, that's deep.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
deep.
It was.
um, I want to share another movie that I again got sucked into that was supposed to be background noise and found myself highly fascinated, surprisingly so again. And it was with a movie that online there were mixed reviews about it, and it's called War Machine and it's on Hulu.
Hmm.
And War Machine, it looks like a cheesy like war movie, but when you watch it, it quickly turns into this alien like mega robot that fu- you haven't seen it yet?
No, I did. I did.
Did you
Just
like
because
it?
I thought it was so odd. I didn't dislike it. I I literally was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I
But it
think I
kept my
think
attention.
I think what caught my attention and what fascinated me is like how real that could actually be.
Hmm.
And that we don't think about future warfare being in the hands of these machines that literally they were just literally taking people with like it was just so bizarre and there was no rhyme, no reason. Then they're like, "Oh, it's from an like they're from alien planets." And then they talk about like the whole movie, all you know is that these new rangers so you think they're on a exercise like it starts out like they're on this exercise. You don't even realize it's a real live
Right.
situation that I guess
Because it well no, because it really was an exercise. It turned into a situation
right,
because the war machine jacked up their coordinates, so they didn't go to where they were supposed to be for their
right,
exercise.
right. But you don't realize that at first. You
Yeah,
think it's
right.
just some like, oh, they're throwing, like
Throwing in a
when
wrench, a monkey wrench.
right, like when they do the exercises, they try to give them situations and scenarios to teach them how to maneuver and act in, real life situations, but not so real life, like,
Hmm.
okay, okay, exercise is over. Well, it turns out exercise is not over. This is not an exercise. 911. This is real life warfare happening. And this machine that just incinerates everything it comes in contact with. Like it has this beam that detects human life. And then once it detects the human life, it does everything. It has these huge guns and rocket launchers and all this shit, these lasers and everything you can think of that you fear if you were
Yeah.
being stalked by a machine. And it incinerate like it literally, and then it takes the body and body's gone. So it's like this like they're terrified, rightfully so. I'm terrified and I'm not even in the movie. I'm in my bed like, oh my gosh, if a machine like that, I just lay there and be like, just take me. I ain't even running. Maybe not the truth, but in the moment I was like, I don't know.
That was a
That
lot.
gave me anxiety. But it turned out to be really good to me because it was like it wasn't cheesy acting. It was, seeing the camaraderie and like I don't know. It was it sucked me in and that machine. Oh my gosh. And then I don't want to blow it and be yeah. Let's just say it has a very interesting ending. So yeah, War Machine, I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I would
I give
too.
it a thumbs up.
I would too. It kind of like the gorge for me. It turned out to be better than I anticipated, and I don't even really know what I anticipate. I no, I lie. I didn't think I was going to be interested, and I ended up
Same.
interested. Very, very
And
interested.
even at the beginning, when you saw that the guy lost his brother and you're like, "Oh, here we go, PTSD. He's going to have problems communicating. He's going to have problems reentering social situations.
Yeah,
Like, here we go. Like we haven't seen this a million and five times." And then
right.
the situation and then they throw him into a team lead position which he
He
adamantly said he
did
did not want to do.
right.
And then
Everybody else
turns out
wanted
to
to
be
be
a
a team
fucking great
lead.
team leader,
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody else wanted to be team lead, and he, like Carrie said, he was like, "Yeah, no, not me, not me. Mm-mm.
Wow.
which is why
No,
they wanted him to be because
mm-mm.
he was going to he knew he had something to prove.
Yeah."
but not in the same way that people that want the position. So anyways, yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend, 10 out of 10 recommend. It was way better than I imagined, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't listen to the people on the TikTok cuz
Yeah,
they would have steered me wrong.
and I was gonna say that kind of like the gorge. That for me too was one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know why I'm watching this, but I'm watching it, and yeah. Okay, so I guilty pleasure. I love a reality show, and Netflix has something called Age of Attraction. Netflix is basically like killing us with these dating scenarios where there's some aspect of information you don't have about the people that you're spending time with, and they hold that a secret, and you have to build relationship based on what limited information you have. So this one is very specifically, you don't know how old the person you're talking to is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you don't know how old they are, and you don't get to find out how old they are until you decide this is the person you want to get to know better. So, like,
Mm.
up until that point, you go on several mini dates, and there's no specific time frame for getting to that place, but you do have to do it by a certain time. And so there the one the the couple that had the biggest age gap, right? Like, and they were a very cute couple, um, but their age gap was 33 years.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, 33 years. She was
Mm.
27, which made him
Ooh.
60. He was very handsome. Very, like, you would never know he was 60.
Mm.
Never know he was 60. But you have you have a lot of these where there's that was the biggest gap. Um Others were, anywhere from say 8 to 20 some odd years. I think one of them was 27. I think that was the other big age gap. That one was a woman. She's 54. The guy that she's connected with is 27. What's interesting about that particular relationship, her oldest child is a boy. He's 29,
Wow.
and the guy she's dating is 27. So
That's insane.
yeah, so here's how this works. You go on the bunch of mini dates. You then commit to someone, getting to know them better. When you decide
Okay.
that you're going to commit to this one person, you go to this room where you reveal, that you're interested and so forth and so on. And do you want to take this further? Yeah. Do you want to take this further? Yeah. And you get these little commitment rings. It's at that point that you then reveal how old you are. And
Okay.
so everybody who made their reveal, they'd be like, okay, well, let's try this out. So you go from that stage to living together. They put you up in this high rise, and this takes place in Canada. So they put you up in this beautiful high rise apartment building. I just kept thinking, God, I do this show just so I can live in the apartment. But they put
Right.
they put you in this high rise, and the two of you now have to immediately cohabitate. So there was like this one couple where the woman was complaining that dude wasn't trying to get frisky with her. There was another one where, and that's one where she's older than him. Then there's one where the young lady is younger than the dude, and this dude has two girls. They're teenagers, like 12 and 14, and they had a very cute relationship. But she's like, yeah, we can share the bed together, but you stay on your side, I'll stay on my side. And I'm like, okay, okay, that's okay, because you could see the physical chemistry between them. So I'm like, I don't, that's not gonna. Mm-mm. The couple where there was 30 some odd years between them, she says that she's celibate, that she's practicing celibacy, and that, we can't do anything. And he was like, okay, that's fine, cool, whatever, we good. Well, apparently, it just meant they couldn't have sex. Didn't mean they couldn't do other things. And so he was like, okay, that's confusing. Your definition of celibacy is not making any sense. Like, you can't say that you don't want to have sex, but you're climbing all over me like you want to have sex, and you telling me
Right.
you'll do all the other stuff, whatever the other stuff is. Ironically, that couple did not last. And it's funny because my opinion is not so much that the age, that it was specifically the age difference. I don't think she was mature enough to be in a relationship, period. Because the thing that sort of was the end of the relationship was apparently they were out somewhere. And I don't recall seeing it on camera, but they were out somewhere, and a man approached them and apparently said some inappropriate things. And so the guy stepped to the dude and, in his words, shut it down. He's like, I'm not going to let someone just say these kinds of things. And she, on the other hand, was like, I don't know what kind of person this makes you. That was just so disturbing. And I don't know if I can trust you. And I'm sitting there going, the fuck are you talking about? If he felt someone was posturing in a way that he needed to protect you, what are you talking about? Like, I'm waiting for her to say that, he punched somebody unnecessarily, he accosted them, and there was no reason. He kept saying, I am not going to let someone approach someone that I care about and not address it and not let them know. And he kept saying, you have to trust me to do the right thing and to make, sound decisions. And she's like, oh, I just don't understand. It just seemed like, and I was like, again, the fuck is she talking about? Like, who are you dating that's not standing up for you? Like, I need you to fix that. Start there. So they ended up breaking up, and the rest of it, very interesting, because it now plays into the psychology of, can an older woman date a younger man? Can the friends accept the age gap between, can they just allow the relationship to be what it is, or are they going to have their little comments and say things that influence the relationship? And you see the friends make comments, and those comments seem to affect how the couples feel about each other. You also see where some people are so desperate to be in a relationship that they just go too far, or they go overboard, or they don't know how to just coexist with someone. So it's quite interesting. It's called Age of Attraction. They drop one episode at a time, so I haven't been able to finish it just yet. But Age of Attraction, very, very, very interesting.
Okay.
Desiree.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a movie too that I never like. When you see like the art of the show, you're like, what is this? Or it's like you're like, you won't like. I at first, when I seen it, I was like, I thought it was background noise. Okay, so it was called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Okay.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
yeah, I gotta tell you guys about it.
I wouldn't
So
have thought it was good off of that name either. I'd have been like,
right? So it's about this guy. Let me see. It's Sam Rockwell, I think, is the name of his. It's the real character or whatever, the real guy who plays the character in the movie. So it says, in a near future dystopia dominated by artificial intelligence and pervasive technology, a disheveled man from the future bursts into a late night diner in Los Angeles with an urgent mission to recruit an unlikely team of Patreons to save humanity from rogue AI that threatens to end the world. So that's pretty much all sums up like the whole movie. There's this guy, like when you see the guy, he looks like a bum. Like he looks like his hair's all squirrely. He's got like a tin hat and it's like foil and he's got all this weird stuff going on. And like when I first seen it, I was like, okay, he's going to talk about aliens, right? Because it just seems like one of those shows that, you know, or one of those people that, I don't know, when I forget what other movie I've seen, but I've seen other people, and that's what it reminded me of. Shows where like people are on the hunt to find the aliens, right? Like Area 51 or blah blah blah, stuff like that, right? So this guy like gets teleported in this diner. Then he, like I said, he's got to find these, he's got to recruit these people. So the people, he does this over and over again. It's like a time loop until he finds the proper people to end this sequence of like AI or whatever. So he does, in the show, he does this, I think, 2 or 3 times. Like they obviously they can't do it a bajillion times because that would make it so boring, or make it like over and over again. Like, when is this gonna, you know, when will it end? But so they show a couple sequences and then he ends up finding the proper people to bring with him on this time loop or whatever. And then they end up like they have to battle this AI. It's like a kid coding the AI. It's like really weird. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? It's like a kid on a mound of like wires, just, you know, going and like hacking, like coding or hacking. And I don't know, I found it to be really weird. But then they're like battling, like the cords end up like wrapping and immersing them, wrapping around them and like holding them hostage. They have to like use these cutters and cut the cables to get free, and somebody else has to come in and save them like from the group. And it was interesting. It was like, I was like, okay. So it's like, you know, is this crazy guy gonna save them or not? And then, you know, it goes on and on and on, and it was good. It was all right. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't like 10 out of 10, but it was, you know, it was watchable. I will say that.
What was that on?
That's on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango, YouTube, same places.
Okay. Yeah. And you said it was called Good Luck, Have Fun.
Have fun, don't die. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Well,
okay.
But he died a couple times in the show, so and he got brought back. You'll see if you watch it. It was interesting.
Oh.
Okay. It's that time.
Okay, so we've talked about the things that surprised us and the things that we didn't anticipate to be good. But this show, I already knew is good and I absolutely love it. And that is Paradise. So we are in season 2 of Paradise. In season 1, they're in this bunker in Colorado, and it's this 20,000 people in this world that's, you know, basically they think they're the last of humankind because all of this nuclear stuff happened outside of the bunker. And you know, the rest of the world has diminished because they weren't in the bunker. Well, season 2, bum bum bum, that's not the case. There is life on the other side. In fact, there's lots of life on the other side. And it is, I think I'm in episode 7. And it is like, this is a show that me and my son bond over. He and I love this show so much and we talk about it. And so it has been interesting because we both have very different, my son's into like anime and he likes, you know, stuff that I don't really get into or don't understand. Like he talks about anime stuff and I'm like, I don't have any idea what that is. That's a whole new language to me. So this is something that we can talk about and bond over, and it is so good. It is so good. But I don't want to spoil it. So there's not much that I can really talk about. I can just tell you that there's life on the other side of the bunker, and now we're starting to see that there are people that are trying to get to the bunker because the bunker has obviously all of these resources that have been diminished on the outside. because it shows you what happened for the years following the initial nuclear activity. And like they go through months of like extreme winter, and it's crazy. It's super, super crazy. So I definitely recommend watching season. If you haven't watched season 1 yet, watch season 1 first so you understand the bunker life and you understand the mission that Xavier is on, because Xavier is the main character. And then start watching season 2, because it just, one thing I will say is that the writers are fucking genius. Like the way that they're able to shift the storyline and like still create the drama and keep you interested, but not in a way that doesn't like really, it's not cohesive. You know how you watch stuff like the last couple of seasons of Dexter where it was just another person died. We go and we investigate it. You know what I mean? Like it was just nothing really was cohesive. I love this show because everything just kind of ties together and they do a great job of like giving you enough to like somebody, and then bum 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 you find out that they're not the great person that you thought they would be. And yeah, it's a good show. Paradise season dose. Check it out. Check it 1 and 2, season 1 and 2. So, we're in episode 7.
Okay. Well, I have nothing
There
because
you go.
that time we're at the end of the show.
Oh, it's so hard to say goodbye.
Uh,
No, it's MICKEYBOOB.
I was gonna say, hold on while I found.
Mickey Boob.
Okay, here you go, Kari. Knock it out.
Oh, damn. She's like, shut up and just say what needs to be said. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Make sure you guys keep it locked right here on every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on, don't hit the microphone, on EXXXOTICA.tv. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, and make sure you like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, and do all the things. Tell everybody about it and tell us what you're watching on TV because we love to hear about it. But before you go, bum bum bum. Oh, you can see us. Hey, we're in the circles. Join our circle. Join our circle.
Where?
And you can come see us live and in person and meet all of your favorite adult entertainers. Shop for novelties and all kinds of cool things. See stage acts, go to seminars. It is an experience. If you don't do anything else in your life, you have to go to at least one of these. And lucky for you, in just 2 weeks, we will be in Chicago, Illinois for the show April 10th to the 12th. Our first time in wonderful Minneapolis, Minnesota, June 26th to the 28th. Edison, New Jersey, October 23rd to the 25th. And Miami, Florida, December 4th through the 6th. Escape your reality. Come meet us. Have a good time. Ladies Free Friday. Sign up for your tickets on EXXXOTICA.com. You can get free Ladies Friday, Ladies Free Friday tickets. Sign up for them now. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, a good time. So we hope to see you there. And last but not least, make sure you follow us on our pink boxes, which this is yet again, we are in month 3, almost into 4, and I still haven't set my,
I know.
We have a list. We have a list. And because we had to, kind of wrap the show a little on time, but we came in a little bit late. You need to you need to watch us next week because I have a surprise and you can win some prizes. We were going to do it today, but we don't have time for all that. Okay. So
hype it up.
Come
Let's
next
hype it up.
week.
Yeah.
Let's hype it up. Come next week. Whitney can tell you we don't play. Whitney won a 3-day VIP pass to Edison, New Jersey Exotica, where he got to come in. He got the VIP goodies. He got to come all 3 days. It was an experience, wasn't it, Whitney? Tell him all about it.
Too legit. Too legit
Too
to
legit.
quit.
Too legit to quit. Anyways, so yeah, definitely tune in next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be here to share what we're watching. We would love to hear what you're watching. And also make sure you lock it in for April the 22nd for our post-Chicago wrap-up, and April the 29th for our 6-year Boob Tube anniversary. Yes, we've been doing this for 6 whole years. So we would love to have you there in the celebration. We will have prizes. We may have some special guests. You just never know when it's a Boob Tube party. You never know.
Never know.
So keep those dates locked and loaded. Set your alarms, and we will see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace, love, and exotica happiness.